Hi, my name's Maham Suhail, and I'm a writer and an aspiring filmmaker, apart from other things that I enjoy doing. Basically, I'm an artist from here in Lahore, Pakistan. And being asked to speak on the topic of home, I would say home is more of a feeling rather than the physical existence of something. There is a very marked difference between a home and a house. A house, I would say, primarily consists of the architectural structure or the building where people live. But a house could be a hostel or some place where people might be living out of an obligation or as a last resort, but they do not really feel the sense of belonging that I think is very essential to the concept of home. And at the same time, there could be people living under the same roof for maybe, say, a temporary period of time, like maybe a month, like in a hospital, or if you don't want to consider something as depressing as a hospital, we could give the example of a hostel where students come and stay, especially when they're from other cities, the dorm of a college or a university or some other place, where people might be living together under the same roof because of the need of the hour, but they might not feel that certain homely feeling that is, again, essential in order to give some place the title of home. So, and then there is another thing, and which I think would also constitute a very significant and relevant message that I would like to give out to anyone who is listening and agrees with this. And that is that the feeling of home, just like any other feeling, that homely feeling, that is also all in your mind. It's all in your head. It's all your perception, basically. The more you give yourself acceptance as a person, as an individual, you would see the more acceptance you would get in return from the people around you. And like I have been through a phase in my life, and I believe I wasn't really giving myself the space that I needed to actually bring out my potential. And I was misunderstanding, misjudging myself, and maybe being tough on myself as a result of not meeting my own expectations. But I just realized a while back that I was being ridiculous. So from there, I decided to give myself more space, basically, and to accept my drawbacks and my limitations, and not to expect from myself something that was itself not very humanly possible. And from the day that I started accepting myself more, I started achieving more than I had thought that I could achieve in a certain period of time. And through that process, I realized that people started accepting me more as well, including my own family. So, home is not really your house where you're living or you've been brought up. Home is that feeling of belonging, of acceptance, that is also very much dependent on how you treat your own self. The day you do not accept yourself for who you are, you do not understand your true potential and your limitations also, and act according to them, you won't find the feeling of home anywhere in the world, because it's all a process of give and take. What goes around comes around, law of attraction. What you believe is what you achieve. So when you believe yourself to be a subhuman standarded person, a person who is not really up to the mark, a person who is underestimating their own self, you won't find that feeling of acceptance from anywhere else, not even from your parents. And the day you accept yourself and give yourself the necessary space, you will find the same sort of response from the world outside of you,